Good afternoon and welcome to Matters Financial and Geopolitical from a Frontier, and thank you for stopping by. Currency markets, euro dollar is at 112 the figure, and I feel could fall away quite sharply now. Dollar index last time I looked 97.439, getting back to that key 98 plus level. Japanese yen 108.86, Swiss franc 0.9942, the pound very soft 124.68, the Australian dollar 0.6934, India rupee 68.668, South Korean won 1180.685, Brazilian real 380.28, Egyptian pound 16.6150, and the South African rand 14.1898. Adam Mancini, whom I follow and is a chartist, says after a rough June, the dollar index now looks set up to make a new 2019 high to the 99 zone. It spent the last year forming a bearish rising wedge. This broke down in June and has now recovered as a fake breakdown. The most bullish setups are often failed bearish ones. And do you remember just a couple of weeks ago, everyone had gotten so bearish on the dollar. I felt that it was just myself, Chi Girl, and simple friends who were still behind it. But now I think the market's coming round to our point of view, and essentially I just cannot see the Federal Reserve capitulating and cutting up to 50 basis points this year, because if they do that, they're going to be hiking 100 the following year. Numbers out of the US remain muscular, and I've spoken about that. I said if the rest of the world slows down, if the US slows down, I guarantee you the rest of the world will slow down further. Euro dollar, we're currently at just below 112. We're going to go down and have a look at the 2019 lows at 111, and then we go to 106. Deutsche Bank, technically speaking, failure to launch, says Sun Chartist, initially bounced on this news that there's a massive restructuring exercise going on, and then sold off again. Mohammed El Arian, major overhaul at Deutsche Bank. Big question that's now on the table is whether Deutsche Bank can shrink itself to heightened competitiveness and sustainable profitability without a merger of some sort. Facebook, Joseph Stiglitz and Columbia Business, why would anyone give Facebook a zero interest deposit when they could put their money in an even safer US Treasury bill or in a money market fund? The real problem, and this is interesting, with our existing currencies and financial arrangements which serve as a means of payment as well as a store of value, is the lack of competition among and regulation of the companies that control transactions. As a result, consumers, especially in the United States, pay a multiple of what payments should cost, lining the pockets of Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and banks with tens of billions of dollars of rents, excessive profits every year. The Durbin Amendment to the 2010 Dodd-Frank financial reform legislation curbs the excessive fees charged for debit cards only to a very limited extent, and it did nothing about the much bigger problem of excessive fees associated with credit cards. One might well ask, what is Facebook's business model, and why do so many seem so interested in its new venture? It could be that they want a cut of the rents accruing to the platforms through which transactions are processed, and that's what they're after. This is not about being a cryptocurrency. In just a few short years, Facebook has earned a level of distrust that took the banking sector much longer to achieve. says Stiglitz. Time and again, Facebook's leaders, faced with the choice between money and honoring their promises, have grabbed the money. And nothing could be more about money than creating a new currency. Only a fool would trust Facebook with his or her financial well-being, but maybe that's the point. With so much personal data on some 2.4 billion monthly active users, who knows better than Facebook just how many suckers are born every minute? Powerful stuff. Couldn't agree more. Yesterday, Kobesi Letter, who I follow on social media, tweeted gold fundamentals have weakened and potential 1440 double top will be confirmed if we close below $1,400 this week, and we're currently at 1,390.53, so that was a fantastic call. Crude oil last at $58.02. It's still extremely fragile and on edge. A BP oil tanker didn't load a cargo of Iraqi crude as planned and is now sheltering not far from Saudi Arabia as oil majors fears it may be a target for Iran after last week's arrest of Grace 1 near Gibraltar.